Hello, namaste. My name is Chinmayi. This is the second recording in a series of just two to help you prepare for your meditation. In the first one, we looked at different ways of little exercises that you can prepare your body for sitting comfortably in meditation. This one is about some of the seated positions that you can adopt. So you can have a little play and find out what works for you. I think it's worth saying that you can feel initially very comfortable in one pose, and then 5 minutes later you can feel uncomfortable. I always say to my students, if you're in pain, then please move, and just move mindfully. It's okay. But a little bit of discomfort in seated meditation is perfectly normal. The body is used to moving around and itching and scratching and moving hair away from the face or clothing. But that's normal, and you'll be able to move through that. But pain is a different thing altogether. Now I'm sitting in what's called the easy pose or Sukhasana. It's not easy for everybody to sit in this position. The foot can go to sleep, the knees can hurt, and sometimes the back can hurt as well. But it's worth just experimenting with this position and see there's some modifications that you can make to make it more comfortable. One way that I've found quite useful is to actually swap the legs over from the normal way that you would sit. Now this feels quite strange in the beginning, but after a few moments it does seem to feel more comfortable for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just changing the way we do things that gives us that novelty factor in our body. I don't know. If your knees or your legs start to hurt or your hips start to hurt during sitting in this pose, one way that you can alleviate that discomfort is by using bricks or blocks. So you can place that underneath your leg, and sometimes that will just take the pressure off. What happens is the top leg tends to put a lot of pressure on the bottom leg, and therefore the foot goes to sleep. So this is one way of doing this. If you have your block handy, you can move this mindfully without distracting yourself too much and alleviate any tension in the leg, and then carry on with the meditation. So it's good. Another way that you can sit is to sit on a cushion. And for some people, this makes sitting in this pose a lot easier. It certainly takes a lot of pressure off the sit bones, and it just makes it a little bit softer in your seat. Another alternative, and you can do this sitting on a cushion, sitting on a block, or even sitting on the floor, is if we start with the feet quite spread out, a bit more than hip width apart, bring one foot in, and we're turning the foot over, so the foot is top down. And most of the leg is on the floor, folded over quite tightly. And then the other foot comes in and it sits right next to it. And what this does is it pushes the pelvis forward, so it lengthens the spine and allows really good breathing. Helps to stack the vertebrae more one on top of the other, which can be more comfortable. So there's less tendency to slump as we're meditating over a period of time. So that's quite useful, and it's also nice to rest the hands on the knees like this, or bring them into the lap like this. But the shoulders feel very relaxed in this position. This is often called Siddhasana, or accomplished pose, and there are variations of it, I know, in different schools and traditions. If sitting like this with your knees open like this is very uncomfortable for you, or even painful, one thing you can consider is sitting on your heels. And this is called Vajrasana, or the thunderbolt pose. And as you can see, this really allows the spine to be nice and straight. So again, allows good breathing. We can rest the hands in the lap quite comfortably here. However, the feet might get a little bit grumpy after a while. So one thing we can do here is to bring a block and place it between the ankle bones and sit up like this, which really takes the pressure off the feet, I find. So have a little experiment with that one as well. Some of the more advanced poses in meditation include the lotus pose. And hands up, my knees are never going to let me go into lotus pose. They just won't bend that deeply or twist that deeply, because in the lotus we're actually twisting in the knee quite a lot. However, half lotus might suit you. The way I come into half lotus is I stretch out one of my legs, I bring the foot up, and the heel really wants to be going into the crease of the hip to make this work the most comfortable way. And I'm going to drag the other leg up and place it underneath my opposite thigh. And I can sit here quite comfortably for a good few minutes, and same on the other side as well. The full lotus would be to bring the foot and place it on the top. But as I said before, I cannot reiterate this enough. It's more important that you're comfortable than trying to force your body into poses which do not feel comfortable. Use the exercises I've given you to help loosen up your body, but if they still feel uncomfortable, then change your position. And if you have to move during the meditation, do it mindfully, and you won't disturb your practice very much at all. I hope that really helps you to be more comfortable in your meditation. And I hope to join you soon and be able to teach you soon with my audio CD, Meditation Magic, which draws on some ancient traditions of meditation that I've experienced around the world, but also my teachers have experienced around the world. So it brings together a lot of traditional methods of meditation and brings them all into 6 CDs actually. There are 2 meditations on each CD. So you can make a 12-week program or design your own program around the time that you have available. So you'll find more information about this on my website. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy your meditation today. Keep practicing, it's so worth it. Namaste.